up, everybody? Chris Shipley, Shipley Pest Solutions. New shirts, branding a little different. New employees. It was just easier for us to go ahead and brand different. So we'll have orange shirts for the most part this year. So I figured it makes a lot of sense being around houses and just working around. Will be easier to spot. So if people are in the yard or people are in the house looking for us, other people working around, it'll be easier to spot us in these orange. So it just kind of made sense. Plus it's on brand with our black and orange anyways. And so, yeah, I like the shirts. They're nice. So far, so we got the Flow Zone, this fella. I'm liking it. It works well for probably 40 to 50% of our houses. Allows us to be very efficient on a lot of the 1-story, 1.5-story, even some 2-story houses, but your small ranch homes. Lake houses, we're still going to be using the power sprayer on just because it allows us to treat better. It's a better, tool. The Flow Zone is nice though. The battery, I'm finding we can treat 25 houses on one battery charge, which is pretty cool. We're feeding with the gravity hose. You can see the hose there and back, just running it out to the back of the truck here and then filling up the reservoir. And so overall, productivity wise, it's still taking about the same amount of time to treat houses. Just allows us to be a lot more precise, a lot more exact with product, a lot more accurate, not as much waste as the power sprayer will sometimes put off. So, yeah, overall, I'm liking the Flow Zone so far. We're about 3 weeks in with it now. Power sprayer is still king, my 100-gallon tank spray system. I've done this for almost 18 years now. I've treated, 20,000 houses close to it with a power sprayer. So our trucks are going to be rigged out with the exact layout will be like this. So you can see that tank over there. That is a 35-gallon water reservoir tank. Mine is actually up front. It's in front of my 100-gallon. So the trucks are laid out very nicely. So we've got 35 gallons of water on us with the spray tanks. So actually it might cut down on our fill up times while we're out as well. So we might not have to fill up at customers' houses as much because we can use the Flow Zone, for a lot of houses. Because a lot of houses really will only take about 3 to 4 gallons to treat appropriately. So, so that is an advantage with that. And then having the tools, both tools, meaning having that 100-gallon tank, the 35-gallon water tank filled, like I said, probably won't have to fill up as much at customers' houses, which allows us to be a little more efficient and really just not use as much resources. We're not using as much water. And so I think it's overall probably better. But yeah, May is about to start this week. We've gotten a really good jump on the season. I think Adam is doing well. He's going to end up on his own here pretty soon. We're going to be outfitting his truck. He'll be in his truck. He'll be ready to go. But yeah, overall things have gone fairly well for us so far this spring. And so we're just hitting the ground running. Really liking how we're just kind of firing on all cylinders, with the help of our office, in the front end there was scheduling, invoicing. We've added ACH payments this year, which has helped with some of the bigger accounts. Just we're firing on all cylinders, working a lot more efficiently. My wife, Michelle, has done a fantastic job in the front office, just really getting a handle on everything, getting the schedule down tight to where we're running nice, efficient, tight routes, which allows us to work better. We're not getting burnout, not working 60 plus hours a week all the time. And so those little efficiency tweaks make a big deal when you start talking about 15 and 30-minute differences per day, because you can tighten your routes up, just be more efficient on everything. So, 30 minutes a day doesn't seem like much, but, in the grand scheme of things, 30 minutes a day, on a 5 or 6 day work week, that's 2.5, 3 hours we're adding there. And so, if we can recapture that and just have that just in service to customers and to just overall, that story really plays out as the season goes. You get into June, July, And so these rain days, we're able to eat up these rain days a little better if we're operating more efficiently, because we're just not having wasted time. So really excited about that. I'm really excited to see how this sort of plays out. Yeah, other than that, I mean, ants are going, stinging insects have started making nests. We've been seeing the starts of those nests. So you're going to start seeing a lot of wasps, bees, hornets, things like that. Those fertilized queens are out establishing nests. We've seen that about the last week and a half. And so those nests are just starting. So there's no established nests yet, no hives or, oh my goodness, they're inside my house. None of that yet. They're just starting to set up those real tiny little showerhead nests. So that's starting. Ants, if the rain would chill out a little bit, which it's starting to, that would help with some of the ant pressure as well. The ants, they want to be outside. That temperature's finally warmed up. The ants want to be outside of those house foundations. They want to be foraging out in the yards, underneath the trees. The trees are starting to blossom. Apple trees, I mean, the freeze hurt some of the fruit bearing, but the ants want to be outside. They want to be outside foraging on those plants, the fruit trees, things like that. So some of that ant pressure should slow down, especially if the rain would chill, because we get a lot of this rain, it will literally float those ant colonies in the soil. It will displace them and push them inside, especially slab homes and such. And so that's where you get these, oh my goodness, where did these 200 ants come from out of nowhere? Because we've been having a lot of rain. So Fed chill out a little bit. We've got a lot of wind here these last few days as these storms have been blowing through. So that's going to dry a bunch of stuff out as well. And hopefully the rain trickles down a little bit. Termite work still steady. We're kind of backed up on termite work just because there's been so much rain. It needs to be dry 24 hours before, 24 hours after, and the soil can't be wet. So I've gotten one termite job done so far, and we've got quite a few that are just sitting. So I know there's going to be a week here, maybe not this coming week here, this first week of May. I think this second week of May, I'm going to try and devote just 2-3 days to just go knock out a handful of termite jobs. But yeah, curious to see. Interest rates have risen 7.5, 30-year fixed. So I'm curious to see if houses move, home sale transactions. That normally only affects basically the termite stuff, the wood destroying insect inspections, powder post beetles, carpenter ants, those things that get popped on inspections. So I'm curious to see what that's going to do to that market. I think it's going to slow it way down. Inevitably, I think it's going to. But you know, Mother Nature is still going to be Mother Nature. Insects are still going to be doing their thing. But I think spring's finally here. I'm excited overall. You know, we're in really good spirits here. I think we're in the best position in our 8th year that we've ever been in. You know, my wife, Michelle, having the front office really nailed down, being able to devote time and be very efficient, how she handles calls, how she handles messages, and being able to be a mom while running the office, which has always been the goal for me and for us, having a small family business. It is, you know, family comes first. Can we fit the business in around that in an efficient manner that obviously we still make money? And so, you know, it makes me very happy because not only is she a tremendous mom to our children, but she's really taken the role of that office manager and sort of setting things up for us to knock down out the field in an efficient manner. And so just kind of feel like we're really hitting the ground running. You know, we have 4 licensed technicians. And so yeah, I'm very excited for this year. Just wanted to give an update. Yeah, headed into May. So end of April, headed into May. Bugs to look out for here are these ants are going to keep moving, but we're going to start to get a lot of those bee, wasp, hornet calls. They're going to start showing up. People are going to be scared, paranoid. Oh my goodness. You know, these wasps are flying around. You'll start getting these mating clusters of the stinging insects where the female will release a mating pheromone, and you'll get almost sort of these mating clusters or balls of stinging insects. That'll start to show up here as we enter into May. But yeah, spring's finally here. Good weather. Everybody's spirits are high. Everybody's in a better mood because it's not cold, freezing all the time. But yeah, just wanted a quick update. Appreciate everybody. We'll see you out there.